Most people think focus is a matter of willpower. They're wrong. These 10 books flip that completely. And the number one pick isn't a productivity book at all. I ranked these by how deeply they change your actual relationship with attention, not by how many copies they sold. And for each one, I'm going to break down the actual ideas inside. Not just the title and a one-line summary. Number 10. Getting Things Done by David Allen. Allen's core argument is that you can't focus on anything while your brain is busy trying to remember everything. Every unfinished task, every open loop, every don't forget to is quietly draining your attention even when you're not thinking about it directly. His key concept is the idea of capturing. Getting every single commitment, idea, and obligation out of your head and into a trusted external system. Because the brain is for having ideas, not holding them. A concrete example he uses. Someone lying awake at 2 a.m. replaying a work email they forgot to send isn't being kept awake by the email itself. They're being kept awake by the fact that their brain doesn't trust them to remember it in the morning. What makes this book different from something like deep work is that it's not really about the quality of your attention once you're focused. It's about clearing the mental clutter that prevents you from getting to a focused state in the first place. Link to grab this one is in the description, timestamped below. Number 9. Hyperfocus by Chris Bailey. Bailey's central thesis is that attention has two distinct modes, and most productivity advice only trains one of them. Hyperfocus, the deliberate, single-minded concentration on one demanding task. And scatterfocus, the deliberate, unfocused mind-wandering that generates new ideas and connections. His key concept is that both modes are trainable skills, not personality traits. You can practice narrowing your attention the same way you practice a muscle, and you can also practice letting it wander on purpose instead of by accident. A concrete example he gives. People who take a walk without their phone, letting their mind drift freely, solve creative problems they'd been stuck on for days. While people who relax by scrolling social media get neither rest nor insight, because the phone hijacks the wandering mode entirely. What separates this from getting things done is that Allen is solving for mental clutter, while Bailey is solving for how you deploy the attention you already have once your head is clear. Link is in the description. Number 8. Indistractable by Ni Ayal. Ayal's core argument, coming from the same author who wrote the playbook on habit-forming products, is that distraction isn't caused by your phone. It's caused by an internal discomfort you're trying to escape, and the phone is just the closest exit. His key concept is treating every distraction as a symptom, not a cause, and tracing it back to the internal trigger behind it, like boredom, loneliness, or anxiety, instead of just deleting the app. A concrete example he uses. A person who removes social media from their phone but still feels the same pull toward distraction hasn't solved anything. Because the underlying discomfort just finds a new outlet, like compulsively checking email instead. What makes this book different from Hyperfocus is that Bailey is teaching you how to direct attention once you have it, while Ayal is diagnosing why your attention gets hijacked before you even get the chance to direct it. Grab it using the link below. Number 7. The Now Habit by Neil Fura. Fura's central argument is that procrastination isn't a focus problem or a laziness problem. It's an anxiety management strategy, and a surprisingly effective one, which is exactly why it's so hard to break. His key concept is the unschedule. Instead of blocking out hours for work and feeling guilty when you don't follow the plan, you first schedule your rest, meals, and fun, and only log work hours after they've actually happened, which removes the guilt that fuels the procrastination cycle in the first place. A concrete example he gives. Someone who tells themselves I have to finish this whole report today triggers the exact anxiety that makes them avoid starting, while someone who commits to just 30 focused minutes finds the fear drops enough that they can actually begin. What makes this book different from Indistractable is that Ayal is mostly addressing external and digital triggers, while Fura is addressing the internal fear response that makes people avoid starting a task at all, regardless of what device is nearby. Links in the description. Number 6. Essentialism by Greg McKeown. McCown's core thesis is that the reason most people can't focus isn't that they're bad at concentrating. It's that they've said yes to too many things that don't deserve their attention in the first place. His key concept is the difference between the way of the non-essentialist, who tries to do it all and does everything half-heartedly, and the way of the essentialist, who deliberately does less, but does it far better, by ruthlessly cutting anything that isn't a clear, unambiguous yes. A concrete example he tells. A talented employee kept saying yes to every project her company offered her. And only when she started rejecting almost everything except her single highest value project did her actual output and reputation improve. What separates this book from the Now habit is that Fura is helping you focus once a task is already on your plate, while McCown is arguing that most of what's on your plate should never have gotten there to begin with. Link below. Number 5. 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman. Berkman's central argument is built on a blunt fact. The average human life is roughly 4,000 weeks long. And once you actually sit with that number, most productivity advice starts to look like a way of avoiding the real problem instead of solving it. His key concept is that you will never get on top of everything you could possibly do. So the goal isn't better time management. It's consciously choosing what to neglect, since neglecting almost everything is mathematically unavoidable. A concrete example he uses. Someone who keeps their inbox at 0 every day but has quietly avoided calling their aging parent for months has optimized the wrong thing. Because efficiency with unimportant tasks isn't the same as focus on what actually matters. What makes this book different from essentialism is that McCown gives you a method for choosing what to cut, while Burkeman is making a deeper philosophical case for why the cutting is unavoidable no matter how disciplined you become. Links below. Number 4. Stolen Focus by Johann Hari. Hari's core argument is one of the most uncomfortable on this list. Your inability to focus probably isn't a personal failure at all. It's the predictable result of an environment specifically engineered to fragment your attention for profit. His key concept comes from interviewing addiction and attention researchers directly, and finding that the average office worker's focus on a single task now lasts around 3 minutes before an interruption, down dramatically from previous decades, driven largely by software designed to maximize engagement rather than depth. A concrete example he gives. A group of people who took a month-long digital detox at a retreat reported their ability to concentrate and even their dreams changing within days, showing how quickly a distracted mind recovers once the engineered triggers are actually removed, not just resisted. What makes this book different from Indistractable is that AL frames distraction mostly as a personal, internal problem to manage, while Hari argues that framing it as purely personal lets the industries actually causing it off the hook. Grab the link in the description. Number 3. Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Csikszentmihalyi's core contribution is naming and researching a specific mental state he calls flow. The experience of being so completely absorbed in an activity that self-consciousness disappears and time seems to distort. His key concept is that flow occurs at a precise intersection, where the challenge of a task is high enough to demand your full attention, but your skill level is high enough to meet that challenge. And if either side of that balance is off, you get anxiety on one end or boredom on the other, never flow. A concrete example from his research. Rock climbers, surgeons, and chess players across wildly different fields describe the exact same subjective experience during peak performance, suggesting flow is a universal state of the brain rather than something specific to any one activity. What makes this book different from Hyperfocus is that Bailey gives you tactics to enter a focused state, while Csikszentmihalyi is describing, from decades of psychological research, what that state actually feels like and why it happens at all. Link is in the description. Number 2. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Newport's central argument is that the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task is becoming simultaneously more rare and more valuable, which means it's turning into one of the most underrated career advantages that exists. His key concept is the distinction between deep work, Professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. And shallow work. Logistical, low-value tasks like answering emails that can be performed while distracted and don't create much value. A concrete example he gives. Carl Jung, at the height of his career, built a stone tower with no electricity specifically to remove every possible distraction while writing his most important work. Treating deep focus not as a nice-to-have but as a physical environment he engineered on purpose. What makes this book different from Flow is that Csikszentmihalyi is explaining the psychological state itself, while Newport is building a practical, career-oriented case for deliberately engineering your schedule and environment to access that state as often as possible. Link is below. And number 1. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Unlike every other book on this list, this one isn't offering a technique, a schedule, or a system at all. It's arguing that the entire premise of improving your focus is built on a misunderstanding of where your attention actually goes. Tolle's central claim is that almost all human suffering and distraction comes from living inside your head, either replaying the past or rehearsing the future, instead of being present in the only moment that actually exists, which is now. His most useful concept is the distinction between the thinking mind, which narrates and judges everything constantly, and the observing awareness behind it, which can simply notice a thought instead of being consumed by it. A concrete example he gives. Someone stuck in traffic complaining internally isn't upset about the traffic itself. They're suffering from a stream of resistant thoughts about the traffic. And the moment they notice that stream instead of being lost inside it, the suffering measurably drops, even though nothing external has changed. What makes this book the definitive number 1 on this list is that every other title here is teaching you how to manage, schedule, or protect your attention. Tolle is arguing that focus was never a management problem in the first place. It's what's left over the instant you stop being pulled out of the present moment. Link is in the description. The number 1 pick proves something simple. Focus isn't a productivity hack. For most people, it's just what happens when they finally stop living somewhere else. Which of these have you read, and which one changed how you think about focus? Drop it in the comments. Next video, 10 books that will completely change how you think about discipline.